I'm back with a 1, 2, 3 sketch layout video for you. I'm sorry that it's been such a long time since I've had a 1, 2, 3 video for you. I've been doing them for a few months now again, but this is the first time I've got my act together to get a video for you. So welcome back. Thanks again for all your comments during my absence, and I will hope to continue to bring you videos. Fingers crossed. I won't make any, firm promises, but again, I will certainly try my best to get some more videos coming at you on a little bit more regular basis. So today, as you can see, I'm going to be doing a Christmas themed 1, 2, 3 sketch and layout. I'm going to be using Creative Memories Seasons Greetings. This is their Christmas holiday collection for this year. I was so pleased to see these colors. Again, the traditional reds and greens. I really liked Sugar Plum from last year with the more pastels, but I do have a soft spot for the traditional colors. So let me just show you a little bit about some of the products. So first of all, we've got the embellishments, which I've already used a few of these in other projects, so it looks a little sparse, but beautiful die cuts. And again, you're gonna just love those gems in there, stars and squares and little teardrop shapes in the reds and greens. The matte pack, again, you've got the 4x6 and the 4.5 by 6.5 mats. Some of them have great titles on them that you can use in your layouts. Sorry, those are upside down. And others are perfect for journaling or for matting your photos. So don't forget about those matte packs. I think they're a really great addition to most of your layouts. I'm going to show you the stickers next. I'm going to save these borders for last. The stickers are really fun this year. There's a whole sheet of sayings and little sort of half borders, and I'm going to actually have a video out hopefully next week for you that I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a new layout guide, and we're going to be making some cards with this sticker sheet. Then the rest of the stickers, great icons, and this is a really fun thing too, a little build a wreath along with some borders and titles. So the stickers are wonderful. And then these are kind of the pièce de résistance. These are beautifully laser cut border strips, nice thick, not quite chipboard, but definitely thicker than cardstock. And the detail and colors are beautiful there. Little lights, bells. Oh, I love those little fir branches, spruce branches, candy canes, and it goes on. So make sure to get 2 packs of those so you can make some coordinating borders. And then finally, the papers themselves. We've got some great papers here. We've got a lovely little sort of Christmas village with a beige snow, very subtle, candles, and kind of a lovely damask sort of pattern. Holly, always a great one. Some stars, the stripes, and a green houndstooth, which is what I'm going to be using today. Kind of a quilted pattern along with a trellis pattern on the back, and then a great poinsettia pattern with ornaments on the back. So really lovely balance between the large scale patterns and the smaller patterns that'll work well on cards and things like that. And again, the colors that are going to work with this will be the beige. The beige is lovely with it. White, of course. Crimson is the new dark red cardstock. Red works lovely with it. And then if you were lucky enough to get the green, olive green from the Cardstock Buffet earlier this year, that's a nice match. Leaf can do in a pinch. So the evergreen doesn't work as well with this particular color scheme. Okay, so that is Seasons Greetings. All right, let me get this out of the way. Okay, so for this layout, don't forget that I will have it linked underneath the video where you can go to get this copy, your copy of this handout. You're going to have the sketch, the cutting guide, some instructions, and then a copy of the final layout, okay? And let's take a quick look at the sketch here. Now, again, if you're just joining us, you may not know. If you've seen some of my videos before, you're probably old hat at this, but the 1, 2, 3 layouts stand for 1 piece of pattern paper, double-sided pattern paper, that's the key, 2 pieces of cardstock or CM album pages, and then we make the whole thing with 3 cuts. So your cutting guide and sketch are going to be what you're going to use to create the layout. This month, as you can see, I've kind of designed a been using some triangle patterns in the design to kind of really mimic that idea of a Christmas tree. And it was this one was a bit of a challenge to figure out how to get 2 big triangles to look like Christmas trees, but we did it. So this one's going to have room for a nice long title, 3 4x4 photos here, and 4 sideways oriented, horizontal oriented 4x6s or 6x4s. Okay, and I'm going to show you a variation on that a little bit later too. So let's look at the cutting guide. So the key to this cutting guide is that we're going to cut it down the center, okay, to create 2 6-inch by 12-inch pieces. Then we're going to stack them and make 2 additional diagonal cuts through both pieces of paper, and that's how we're going to get enough of the triangles to make this layout work. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. So again, as I mentioned, I'm using the houndstooth and the stripe pattern. You'll notice that on the cutting guide, I've mentioned to you to orient it as shown with the stripes going sideways. If you don't, you're going to get triangles that are going to look like this. And that might be okay for you. I prefer my stripes going sideways on my page, so I wanted to orient it this way. So it really is up to you, but this, if you want to do it the way I've shown in the final sketch, this is the orientation. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this at 6 inches. Okay. Now we're going to stack those 2 pieces of paper. Now I do have a little tip on the handout. If you find that you can't really, you're not doing a very good job of keeping them together, you can always just use a little tiny dab of the repositionable adhesive just to keep the 2 papers together. That'll keep them from slipping apart, and then you can just rub off the adhesive after you're done. All right, so now we just need a pencil and a ruler. We're actually going to mark 3 inches, just the center of this particular 6x12 piece. Okay, so there's 6 there, my little 3 there. So I'm just going to put a little tiny mark, and that's going to be the guideline where we start our next 2 cuts. All right, so this little mark is going to go at the top. And this is where you're going to have to kind of play with your cutter. If you're using a Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer, you should be able to move your paper so that you can get the whole length of it on the trimmer. Worst case scenario, if you don't have a trimmer that's going to allow you to cut on a diagonal, take your ruler and just match it to the top mark you made and to the bottom corner. Draw a line. Do the same on the opposite side and then cut it out with scissors, okay? But this Creative Memories 12-inch straight trimmer will let you cut on a diagonal. So again, mark the little, or put the little 3-inch mark right at the top of the track, and then angle your paper so that the bottom corner is also on the track. All right, and then we're just going to cut through both pieces. There's 2 of our triangles. Lift it up, and we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Match the little mark with the top of your track and the bottom corner of the paper with the bottom of the track. Just takes a little bit of extra double checking, and there we go. So that's all of the cutting that we need. Okay, I'm just going to open these up, take that little bit of repositionable adhesive off. I'm just going to rub my fingers over it, and it's gone. Okay, all right, so now with this sketch, I would like this green side to be my Christmas trees, and I would like the red triangles to be kind of the accents. So let's put this together. Move everything off to the side there. All right. So here's my 2 Christmas trees. And then I'm just going to place all of my other triangles on my papers. All right, so that's how fast that layout comes together. What a great sort of dynamic layout. Lots of movement in here to draw your eye back and forth. Now, I did want to mention a couple of variations, and then of course you'll see my version in the final shot here. But I really like this idea of having kind of the 4x4s. And I've just got some templates here that I'll just show you how I would place them. So I've got the 3 4x4s over here. You can mat your photos, you can leave them unmatted, whatever you want. If you do find that there's a lot of color in them, you might want to mat them so that they stand out a little bit from the background. And then this is what I was going to show you. So a lot of times I get asked by ladies, they say, well, I don't have, you know, photos in this orientation. So I've sort of said that this would work really well for 4x6 photos in the horizontal orientation. If you don't have those, there's nothing to stop you from moving these around. So you could definitely do 3 photos, 4x6 in this kind of orientation, okay? You can do, you know, a couple, if you've got a couple of photos that are 4x6 horizontal and maybe one that's a vertical, you know, just play with them on your page. But you've got lots of room to just layer your photos right on top of that, okay? And just a quick note about this, I actually posted this idea on Instagram a few weeks ago. This is often how I will kind of play around with paper and photos and different things like that to create my layouts. I just have some pieces of white cardstock that have been cut to standard photo sizes, 4x6, 4x4. I've got some that are 3x3, 3x5, etc. And I just move them around the page, and I can just really get a sense of, you know, how the layout might look, where it might be best to have my photos. So I can really just change it around. So there's 4x6 that way. You know, I could do 4x6s over here. So definitely play around with it and see what is going to work best for you. Okay, so that's it. Don't forget, I will show you a copy of my finished layout, but basically here's kind of the template right there. I'll show you a copy of my finished layout at the end of the video here, and then don't forget to go and check out the links below this video on YouTube so that you can link back and get a copy of the free handout with the sketch, cutting guide, instructions, and a sample layout. Okay, so thanks very much. Again, thank you so much for all your comments, for hanging in with me, for still watching the channel even in my absence, and I will see you next month with December 1, 2, 3. I promise there will be a December 1, 2, 3. All right, thanks very much for joining me today. Take care. Bye-bye for now.